What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see daily Ravens content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and turn the notification bell on if you want to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video, especially with this series that's going on, the top 10 greatest Ravens of all time. Hopefully you're enjoying the series so far. Obviously, I'm pre-recording all of these, so I'm wearing the exact same thing in every single one of these, but let me know what your thoughts on the series are so far. Let me know who you think should be the fifth. Let me know what your thoughts are on the sixth. And there's a full playlist. So if you haven't seen any of the videos, go back and watch those to see where people rank. And then let me know who you think should be next. And let me know your thoughts on whether or not this player should be ranked at number 6, because it might be a little bit controversial. Because at number 6, we have Terrell Suggs, T-Sizzle. He could definitely be higher up on your list. I wouldn't be overly mad at anybody for putting him any higher, but Sizz at number 6. I guess you'll just have to see who's in front. You'll have a reason to come back to see who's in front of him. But Suggs was taken 10th overall by the Ravens in 2003, and he played 16 years in Baltimore. We don't talk about the years he didn't play in Baltimore. Ring doesn't count, but shout out to him. He got that ring in Kansas City. But he was a 7-time Pro Bowler. He was a 1-time first-team All-Pro. And he started his career off with a splash. He had Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2003. He had 12 sacks. Man, what the heck? Why? I wish the Ravens could get 12 sacks out of a rookie now. Hopefully, Odafe Oweh is able to break that kind of streak. But, dominant. 12 sacks from a rookie. Very, very good. Won Defensive Rookie of the Year. But his best season came in 2011. He won Defensive Player of the Year for the entire NFL. He had 14 sacks. Which is pretty good. It's not the most ridiculous number, but he had 7 forced fumbles, that's what Suggs was known for. Suggs could get the football out. He would come off the edge, especially late in games, and he would just take that ball out. He was always clutch for the Ravens. Late in games, he'd come out and he'd hit Andy Dalton from behind, seal the game for the Ravens, and all the time it felt like he would make the big play at the end of games. And that's why we could count on him. That's why he was such a great Raven. You knew he was going to come through. And even in the Ravens Super Bowl run in the divisional round against the Denver Broncos, which was a game that went down to the wire, every play counts, he had 2 sacks. He also had a forced fumble, but there was a penalty on the Ravens, which I believe negated the recovery of Ray Lewis. But the fumble, I think, still counted in the stats sheet. So I believe that's what happened. But in the stats, he does have 2 sacks and a forced fumble, but the forced fumble recovered by Ray Lewis didn't count. So that's kind of unfortunate, but oh well, Ravens still won that game, 2 sacks in that game, and they were both in the second half. Just absolute stud. Always can come up clutch. And one of the biggest things that the Terrell Suggs was able to do is he was able to provide a constant pass rush that the Ravens could rely on. We know, I think we understand now how important that is to a team. Having a player you can rely on is essential to a defense. It really is, especially at the pass rush spot, because when you go against those great players, which the Ravens had to do, when the Ravens had to win the Super Bowl, who did they have to go through? Brady, Manning, and Luck. Yeah, those are some pretty good quarterbacks. You got to have a guy you can rely on to get to the quarterback. And obviously, he doesn't do it every game, but he did it against Manning, and he allowed players to play well against Brady. He allowed players to play well against Andrew Luck. The Ravens now, when we go against Mahomes, when we go against Josh Allen, we're like, we need pressure. But we don't have that Terrell Suggs anymore. And I think this is making Ravens fans appreciate Terrell Suggs even more. I'm not saying he was underappreciated by Ravens fans, but I think we're just giving him more and more praise, which I think he deserves. I mean, he's an absolutely fantastic player. He's an all-time great player. He will be a Hall of Fame player. If he isn't in the Hall of Fame, I don't know what to say, because he's up there in the all-time leaders in career sacks. He's up there. If you win Defensive Player of the Year, you're obviously up there. Super Bowl champion. Absolute monster Terrell Suggs is. And obviously the most iconic moment, maybe his Bane mask, which is just an awesome thing to see. But he was the leader of that defense, and he was the leader of that pass rush group. Obviously, Ray Lewis was the leader of the defense. But that tandem, maybe the greatest linebacker to pass rusher or outside linebacker tandem the NFL has ever seen. Ray Lewis is probably the greatest middle linebacker of all time. Terrell Suggs is an all-time great pass rushing outside linebacker. And that duo, seemingly unstoppable. There's a reason why the Ravens defense was so great for so long because of those guys. I mean, Terrell Suggs was a monster. And then when you added a player next to Terrell Suggs, they were going to play better. Look at what happened when the Ravens brought in Elvis Doomerville. He was able to come in and he dominated next to Terrell Suggs because it allowed defenses to not need to focus, or they focused on Terrell Suggs. Doomerville was able to dominate. And he almost led the league in sacks one year. I can't remember if he did or not. Spoiler alert, Doomerville isn't on the list, so I didn't have to do as much research on him before the video. But overall, Terrell Suggs helped to create the greatest rivalry in football, Ravens-Steelers, because Terrell Suggs was Big Ben's kryptonite, and he got some big-time hits. And, it's just got the blood boiling of Ravens and Steelers fans and Ravens and Steelers players to just see, what is Terrell Suggs going to do? Oh, I have to block Terrell Suggs today. Big Ben's like, man, I wish you would retire already. Like, it was a great rivalry between Suggs and Big Ben. And that's part of Ravens history right there. Big Ben against the Ravens defenses, and it wasn't Big Ben against Ray. It was Big Ben against T-Sizzle. And Terrell Suggs, he could absolutely be higher on this list, but I got him at number 6 for the 6th greatest Raven of all time. Let me know who you think should be number 5. Let me know whether or not you think Suggs should be higher. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content. Subscribe for this series, and I will see all of you again tomorrow.